Hey, what's going on, everybody? Gemini Gamer here. Today's topic is something that's been weighing on my heart heavy. I decided to make sure I didn't make a video until I had all my facts. Good facts, bad facts, pros and cons. I had to make sure I did all the proper research to come to you guys with the proper information. Now, before I start the video, I do want to say one thing. This video will in no way, shape, or form be anything negative. I respect everybody's opinions, everybody's views, because as American, hey, that's our constitutional right. We're entitled to them. But today's video is entitled Kaepernick, Stand for America. So I wrote down there some notations here, and what I want to start with is the message that Colin Kaepernick is trying to get across. The message that he's trying to get across is, how can I stand for an American national anthem that oppresses black people or people of color? For example, if you take, for example, like World War I, or you can even say the Vietnam War, you had a lot of African-American soldiers fighting, going over to Germany, for example, fighting in a different company, not a different company, a different country, but it had nothing to do with our freedoms in America. But yet you go back to America and you're still a second-class citizen. So that had nothing to do with what they were fighting for. So I get exactly what he's saying. Just like today in 2016, you're pretty much fighting, and what are you fighting for? So that's really the message that he's looking at. White NFL players, white NBA players, do I think they should speak up? I don't think the race or the color of your skin matters if you should speak up or not speak up. I think if you feel strongly about the situation, go ahead and say something. If you're Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, Chandler Parsons, Justin Timberlake, whoever the hell you are, if you feel you want to speak up or it's on your heart heavy, say something. I don't think we need to hear from white people, black people, Asian, Hispanics, whatever. If it bothers you, say something. Now, you do have veterans, people who have fought, people who have been injured, people who have lost limbs, people who have had relatives who passed away fighting for our country, which we certainly appreciate. I appreciate it. And guess what? Some of these veterans, they agree with Colin Kaepernick. Some of them don't. But most of them that have been calling into certain radios or news channels, they agree. They agree with his message by basically saying, hey, as an American citizen, this is your right. This is a right that we fought for, that says, hey, you have the right to stand. You have the right to kneel. You have the right to pretty much do whatever you want, as long as it's not breaking the law, as long as you are not hurting or affecting anyone. It's your American constitutional right. Now, to give you guys some backstory, if you look at the backstory, in 1787, Negroes, we were 3/5 human beings by the Constitution of the United States of America in 1787. The same Constitution that you were fighting for in World War I. The same Constitution you were... So, I don't get it. But here's some quotes. Donald Trump basically said, quote, he pretty much told Colin Kaepernick to find a better country. If you don't think America is good enough to find a better country, Mr. Trump, we understand what you're saying. There clearly is no better country than America. Colin Kaepernick isn't stupid. If he was over in a different country, he wouldn't be able to say these same things. That's the reason why he's in America, because it's his constitutional right as an American citizen to do those things, to stand, to kneel, to pretty much say, hey, I don't want to participate. That's his American right to do that. Then you have ex-NFL player Rodney Harrison pretty much said, Colin Kaepernick, he's not black. I'm sorry, Rodney Harrison. For one, as a black man, I have to get on you for one. You mean to tell me you didn't know Colin Kaepernick was black? You mean to tell me Colin Kaepernick, you thought he was white and that his skin color was the same shade? Is that the same Colin Kaepernick we talking about? The Colin Kaepernick who is, you can obviously tell he's biracial. I mean, he has an afro, for heaven's sakes. I mean, come on, Rodney. Come on, man. I mean, damn, I thought you was Ray Charles, if anything. And then I want to get on the difference between police brutality and black-on-black crime. Police brutality is the story in Louisiana to where the guy was selling individual cigarettes and he was selling CDs out the store. That is police brutality. Black on black crime does not exist. And if you listen to Michael Eric Dyson, the reason black on black crime does not exist because it is no different than Hispanic on Hispanic, it is no different than Asian on Asian, white on white, black on black, Native American on Native American. And the reason why Michael Eric Dyson quote unquote said, you can only do to the people in your area. Meaning if I live in a predominantly black area, why am I going to rob white people when white people don't live in this area? And that's true. There's no such thing as black on black or white on white. We only affect who we live by. So if we're all segregated, if we're not segregated, we're all integrated, then a black person will rob a Hispanic person. A Hispanic will rob an Asian person because we're all together. But when you're divided, you only rob what you see. And last but not least, former NFL quarterback Boomer Esiason. Boomer Esiason takes it upon himself to pretty much tell Colin Kaepernick and Carmelo Anthony, you are being paid to play in the NFL game, in Colin Kaepernick's situation, and Carmelo Anthony, you are being paid to play in the NBA. So how dare you to not stand, to not participate in the national anthem? Hell, how dare you to not say the Pledge of Allegiance is basically what Boomer Esiason is saying. He's basically saying you're paid, so therefore don't do that at the game because you're paid for this. But they're not missing games. This isn't affecting the fans. Carmelo is still going to score buckets for the New York Knicks fans. Colin Kaepernick is still going to do what he does for his team to help them win. So Boomer Esiason, come on, man. It got me questioning you. It really has me questioning what you believe in. Are you part of the problem? Are you not educated? Do you need some notations? Do you need some quotes? Do you need some information to look into? That's what it really has me wondering here. But before I end this video, the message I really want to get across to everybody is this. At the end of the day, whether you're black, white, Hispanic, whatever race or category that you were born in, it doesn't matter. We're all human beings.